I was 5 years old when I realized something was missing in my life. Every child in my school had someone they called Daddy. Someone who held their hands. Someone who came to pick them up. But no one called Daddy ever came for me except my grandmother. I didn't know who my father was. And the day a stranger knocked on our door and said, "I am your father," my world changed forever. In a quiet African village where the morning smelled of wood smoke and red dust clung gently to bare feet, there lived a little girl named Glory. She was only 4 or 5 years old. She lived with her grandmother, grandfather, and uncle. Her mother was far away in the city. And her father? No one ever spoke about him. Glory did not even know what it truly meant to have a father. She only knew that other children did. Every morning, she watched fathers hold tiny hands on the way to school. She saw them lift their children onto bicycles, carry their bags, wait at the school gate in the afternoon. But no one ever came for her called a father. She never asked why. She simply accepted, in her innocent little heart, that maybe some children just didn't have fathers. She had a best friend, Mary, who lived nearby. They walked to school together, played together, and sometimes Glory would wait in her friend's house until her grandmother came to take her home. What she loved most about that house was not the toys. It was the father. He laughed loudly. He carried his daughter proudly. He felt safe. One day Glory asked her grandmother, "If Mary is like my sister, why don't we have the same name? And why isn't her father my father too?" Her grandmother did not answer. And so Glory grew up with questions floating silently in her heart. When she was 7, she finally went to live with her mother in the city. Her mother was living with a man, her mother's husband. In her innocent mind, Glory felt relief. At last, I have a father. She loved him simply because he was there. A man in the house with her mother. That was enough for her. Until one afternoon, whispers in the compound changed everything. "That man is not your father." The words confused her. If he was not her father, then who was? When she asked her mother, she received no clear answer. One day, a stranger knocked at the door. Glory opened it. The man looked at her and said gently, "I am your father." Her heart raced. She did not know him. She ran inside and hid. He left. And again, no one explained anything. Glory cried quietly in corners, in bathrooms, asking herself why her life felt different from other children's lives. At 11 years old, she was excited to start secondary school. Her uncle promised to take her for admission. Her mother trusted him. That morning, Glory woke early, swept the house, bathed, dressed beautifully, and carried her documents with hope. But instead of taking her to school, her uncle took her to another house. To the stranger. To her father. Plans had been made without her mother's knowledge. Glory would not return home again. That was how she came to know who her father truly was. Years passed. She grew up in her father's house, with a stepmother, always wondering what life might have been if her mother and father had raised her together. Her mother tried to visit, but it became difficult. And Glory carried that quiet ache into adulthood. But pain has a way of shaping strength. Glory made herself a promise. My children will never wonder who their father is. Today, Glory is 41 years old. She is married. She has children. She built the home she once dreamed of, a home where both parents are present, where questions are answered, where love is clear. Her story began with confusion. But it ends with intention. And sometimes, that is the most powerful victory of all. This is my true life story.